Good afternoon. This is Harmon with Native Media Network, and we're here. We have the honor to be here at the Pueblo del Sur, Ysleta Pueblo del Sur, the southernmost Pueblo in New Mexico. And we're here with Chris Gomez, who's the Lieutenant Governor that's kind of responsible in getting this whole powwow together and organizing it. And Chris, could you please tell us a little bit about what the powwow tradition means for Pueblo del Sur?
Okay, well, the powwows, our Pueblo used to have powwows back in the 70s, and they kind of tapered off for a while. We had other things going on within the tribe. The tribe was really focused on pretty much acquiring our land. We lost a lot of land, and we had a lot of economic strife and everything, but as we've been able to, as a nation, come together, build back our infrastructure and everything, we wanted to do a celebration and hold these powwows and invite all of Indian country to come onto our Pueblo to kind of share in the prosperity my tribe's been able to enjoy for several years now. We've been very blessed by our ancestors to be here through our legacy and everything. And about 6 years ago, we had the inaugural powwow. And that it was really smaller as compared to this. I really enjoy the way it's grown over the past 6 years. It gets bigger and bigger every year. We add more to it, and it's just an honor to host everybody who makes the journey down here.
Now, very little is known about the Ysleta Pueblo del Sur. Very little is known about the Ysleta Pueblo del Sur. Can you give us a little bit of history on how you are now trying to integrate within all of the other pueblos?
Yeah, well, we have a long, hard history of relocation. We originated with the original pueblos in the Rio Grande Valley, and during the revolt, we were the southernmost pueblo near Ysleta of the north. And when the Spanish fled, they took us captive down here in 1680. And came down the Rio Grande on what's known now as the Hornado del Muerto Trail. And we lost a lot of people along the way. When it became evident that we weren't going to be able to return to our homeland, we established the Pueblo down here in 1682. And the Spanish Royal Crown recognized our land and everything as one league in each cardinal direction of our mission. Our mission that still stands today. It's the oldest one in Texas. We're the oldest settlement in Texas, in the state of Texas now. And through hardship, we really had to struggle. We weren't federally recognized until 1966, and we were terminated the very next day, and became a state tribe at that point. And for about 20 years, we stayed a state tribe, and through it all. Texas dissolved the Indian Commission in 1987, so we had to scramble to get federally restored. And we were federally restored in 1987, and when all the dust settled and everything, we lost a lot of our land. We only had about 66 acres, and now we're building back our land base, bringing back a lot of our traditions and cultures. I'm very proud because when President Lincoln was reestablishing the Pueblos, Texas was part of the Confederacy, so Lincoln never came down to our Pueblo to kind of make that designation here. So we went years and years, hundreds of years without any kind of assistance from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, without anything, and it would have been really easy for our Pueblo and our people to go our separate ways and just kind of discontinue. That did happen to a lot of Pueblos that were native to this area, but we kept going, kept our government, kept our tradition. So our story is really one of resilience.
Did the Pueblo get one of the canes, one of the Lincoln canes?
Excuse me?
Did the Pueblo get one of the canes that Lincoln was giving out?
We didn't get a Lincoln cane. What we do have is our Spanish canes, the ones that we got from the Spanish Royal Crown. But because Texas was part of the Confederacy, and the political climate was so harsh, Lincoln couldn't step foot in there. So that's what happened with us.
So you must be very politically savvy at this point.
Yeah, you have to adapt, and with the challenges that come up around you. But we come from a strong legacy of people that kept us together. Have a lot of elders. Really, when the rest of Indian country discovered that we were still thriving without any kind of service, I know Vine Deloria writes about it in Custer Died for Your Sins, about how we were kind of an inspiration to all of Indian country, that we were able to keep going independently, the federal government. So, I take a lot of pride in that.
Yes. Well, that is a seminal book that Vine Deloria did. As a predecessor to our media network, we've been publishing books. So we published a book on Popeye, and we published Vine's book, One Nation Under God, and know very much the tumultuous history that the Pueblos have had. It's wonderful to see the resurgence that you've had. Are you now represented within the All-Indian Pueblo Council?
Yes. Back about 4 or 5 years ago, our brothers up north recognized us as part of the All Pueblo Council of Governors now. So we had been participating for years, but we weren't officially a member and everything. So about 4 years ago, we petitioned to get back in, and there was, I guess, hundreds of years of just kind of misunderstandings between us. A lot of people thought we were assisting the Spanish during the revolt, and but in reality we were a captive. So I guess a lot of that was put behind us and everything, and now we're an active member of the All Pueblo Council of Governors, and just it's an honor to be part of that, because the work that that group continues to do, not just for Pueblo people, but for all Native people, it really leaves a lasting impact, and our voices united, they go way further than they would independently.
That's a little bit of education for me as well.
Yes.
Because the popular thought is that the Ysleta del Sur followed Coronado South.
No.
And I did not know that they were actually enslaved.
Yeah.
Which makes more sense. It makes a lot more sense. Would you be interested within less noisy environment if you have some kind of a historical footage that we can broadcast and rebroadcast?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm always interested in sharing our history, with others around us, and because there's a lot of misunderstandings, I guess, and the only way to get people to understand who you are is to share with them, and that, if it comes from you, it's even better.
Our role is to validate culture. The Pueblo Culture Center is doing a major history exhibit on the Pueblos. Is Ysleta del Sur representing?
Yes, we are.
Wonderful. We hopefully we'll be there.
Yeah, hopefully you can be there at the opening and everything.
Well, wonderful. Thank you very much.
No problem.
And we will follow up to try and bring a little bit more of the contemporary history of Ysleta del Sur as a valid, ongoing, thriving Pueblo that's really maintained. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you
very much.
It's a pleasure.